Just having a look around a few fields, and it's dried out, unbelievable actually. So I'll get Ollie on ploughing first thing. But yeah, just having a look at these first fields we've drilled, and actually it's coming fairly well. So I'm quite happy. It's that period though where it's a little bit. Our lily, well, all our drills actually, apart from the mowers puts it in absolutely dead at a certain depth sort of thing. Yeah, the lily just seems to put it in a little bit deep in places and not quite even, but it's excuse me, it's at that period where there's some showing full seams and some just coming through, and it's quite you know what I'm saying, when it all comes out and it's all a full crop and you can see every tram line and there's no bung spouts, and you know, you think, well, I've done our job right, like. Because yeah, it don't bother me a few bung spouts, it means now, but you like to make a good job, don't you? So yeah, quite fresh. Just looking over some land what we're going to direct drill with mowers. Well, actually all the demo drill, whatever. And because I pushed the boundaries, I'll admit I've done my job totally wrong. Here there's a complete kill, absolutely nought left. I mean, there's a bit of regrowth here, a little bit of brome around this wet hole, this pot. That one's bloody digging out, look, we've caved it in. And some wild oats, but we aren't worried about that because we can take the wild oats out in spring barley, which it's going. But I did 30 acre one Sunday tea time, so I don't know, just jumping gun, you know, you get it in your head that you want to be on. And it seemed alright, just sort of paddled to have a look at some growing wheat it was, and it was dry on leaf, but by the time I'd gone to spraying my cover crops off, it was a bit later on in the day. It was one of them days where dew was coming down fairly quick. And I jumped out and I touched the leaf and I thought, bloody hell, it's wet as the leaf. So obviously the later that evening it got wetter and wetter, and it never did a good job. I'd say there's 1% of the greenery left. Well, then 1% of them sterile bromes, blackgrass plants and volunteers and the cover crop, you can't drill among that, so I'm going to have to do it again. But I honestly don't think Roundup is as strong as it was. I don't think it has the effect. Whether it's breaking down glyphosate, I don't know. So yeah, job creation really. It's just made me think, you know, just sometimes calm down, just ease back and do it when it's perfect. I always think when back end, the perfect time to round up is as the dew's been burnt off. A slight little bit of damp on leaf, but it's been burnt off and it sort of gets a good coverage, stays there for a bit. Never go in sun. Never go in sun and wind, because it dries. I think a lot of it dries before it gets utilised and used and sent into the plant. So yeah, it's made a right job on it, like. What's bloody drilling and all, it really does. I'll have a walk in that wet hole there, because yeah, these boxes want ticking now. So I'll get some work done while the sun shines. Changed out wheels last night. I don't know, I'm jumping gun a little bit, but there is some tender patches we keep finding. But we were paddling car now. Some of our wheat is, you know, like 18 inch tall in places, and we were paddling it with wide wheels. So got fungicide to put on some wheat, fungicide to put on oilseed rape. So we've jumped the gun maybe a little bit and put its narrow wheels on. Phil's going tillaging with this old girl. He's got second applications on a big chunk of wheat and putting a sulphur product on. Ollie's off ploughing, drilling and powering, so he's going to be busy, and I want it all doing today because tomorrow's a little bit wet. Where is everybody? Let's have a quick word with our Oliver. If he just wants to shallow off a little bit. He's making a good job though. just steady away ploughing this sandy soil. You know, it says bloody, look at that for sand. It's a lot fertile is our sand than it used to be, because we've had that much muck and sort of put that many nutrients in it in past. We've made it quite fit. It's quite productive land, but drought's terrible. I mean, it's got no body to hold moisture in, so it can suffer with drought. But yeah, he's making a good job. Bloody very pleased with this old tractor. It's just, I think he's only about 1200 revs. 5 furrows opened up, so he's taking sort of 5, 16, 18 inch furrows just on tick over. You see, with depth wheel, it's been injected with blood, this. So Jake's sort of fair lifted it up with his injector, and it's making depth wheel going a bit further than if it was on solid stubble. So he maybe just wants to lift her up a bit, a thread or two. Yeah, back of the job. Covering ground and all. Won't be supping much diesel. Yeah, a lot of people frown at this type of operation, but I don't think there's nothing else we could do but plough it and combi it. But it's time barley was in, I think. Just tell him to shallow her off a bit, because there's too much of this yellow stuff coming up, and there's no bloody nutrients in there whatsoever. So once it's at the top and mixed in, well, you just don't want it. So he's just backed it off a little bit on depth screws. I know I have seen in past where certain folks around here have rented their land to root crops, you know, your carrot men and your taty men, and they've sent bloody, they're ploughmen or a contractor to plough it, ploughed it at a massive depth. And like the fields are orange, totally orange after, and you think, Christ almighty, the damage that's done. We try to keep as shallow as possible, so you have as least of this stuff mixed in top as we can. But it's lovely and moist though. It'll drill really well. Having some serious pigeon damage on our oilseed rape. Christ almighty, just can't keep the bloody things off. If it ain't one thing, it's another with oilseed rape. I mean, put it in the ground and it's either drought or flea beetle. Then it comes out and it's either pigeons or slugs. And then it's got to battle with pigeons all its life until it gets high enough to get out there, they can't land in among it. And I don't know. It's the worst year we've ever had for oilseed rape. You know, it's had every demon against it really, but we might be surprised at harvest, but I honestly don't think we'll do a ton this year. You know, next field I've just come out of, it's a little bit better than this one, but not a lot. And there's a big patch in here with nothing, where flea beetle just seemed to be in that area and just sort of took it totally out. The bloody pigeons all over. You know, we haven't seen that many of a winter. They've sort of left it alone. It's been a little fragile plant, and now it's been plagued with them. Now it's quite a strong big plant. I mean, I've seen quite a few crops in flower. Yeah, very disappointed. Just come out of the last field of oilseed rape, and there's good bits and there's bad bits, but bloody hell, there's some a lot of plain stuff. So anyway, not to worry. I don't always show you our good crops. I'll show you the shite ones as well. I mean, it's just the bastard pigeons. So anyway, not to worry. Oh, it's a lovely day. It really is. It just makes you feel good to be out and about doing stuff. I'm spraying. I've got a full list of spraying. I'm up into some barleys now with fungicide. Our Ollie's drilling spring barley. Ollie's putting, Phil's putting Fert on up at Burnby. It's windy enough, but I don't know. Weather windows, it's been a bit hard at the moment. It's either too windy or bloody wet. So he's putting some sulphur on at Burnby. And yeah, busy really. My dad's among cattle. Dad and Peter are among doing something with cattle. I don't know what, but yeah, everybody's earning their keep today. Yeah, this mental health thing, I think it's quite a big issue with farmers. I mean, yeah, I get a little bit stressed like everybody else, but I don't sort of let it bother me. But I think some people do, and I think they just need to talk to someone, sort of thing. I mean, it's very easy to sort of say that, and it's very easy to advise someone to do that, but it is a lot easier, you know, if you are pissed off, you either want to be quiet or you want to sort of offload it to someone, you know what I mean? And I think these people what are really suffering need to open up and speak to one another, speak to someone, you know. Yeah. Oh, wait, it's he's done them weeds this morning. We've got them a bit thick. It was after oilseed rape, and there was quite a lot of slug activity on the volunteer rape. So we put a fair seed rate of wheat on, and I think everything's grown. It's too thick about, and which is a bit of a worry if it goes down. You know, if it lodges in harvest. But yeah, he said it just looks fantastic. But it was seen to be just getting over that first application of nitrogen. It sort of feasted on it. It was losing a bit of colour. Similar to this one. He's done this one as well. You know, that's a bloody good crop of wheat. There's a thin bit, but I think they'll tiller to make a good crop. Yeah, all in all. Our barley, 6-row barley is very thick. It's tillered massively this year. So if it fills all them tillers, bloody hell, it should be a 5-tonner. Over there, Ollie's ploughed about 4 acre of land for the coriander to go in. So yeah, we've got the seed in the shed. We just after he's finished these barleys today, we'll calibrate the drill and get it drilled for him. So yeah, that starts again. Bloody hell, it's wet next door, look, our neighbours. He sprayed his yesterday. I better not say too much because I was just scratching there, but bloody hell, he's made a mess. Really been down as Benjamin. Got a bit of excitement. I just had our class rep on the phone, Will, and I just mentioned about a demo direct drill. Oh, not that we're sort of interested in one, but you know, just to try one. And he says, yeah, we'll do a bit of a YouTube thing about it, see what it's like. You know, give it a proper review. Now, if it's crap, I'll say it's crap. And then we'll follow its growth stage. It's a harsh avatar. Don't know much about them. Is it same as Ollie Vlogs has? I don't know. But he's got a few customers what want to have a look at it, but they have nowhere to drill with it. So anyway, I think he's bringing them. So yeah, an 870 class tractor on a 6 metre avatar turning up at 10 o'clock. So we'll see what damage we can do with that. We've got 40 acres to put in with it if he's willing to do it. I don't know. Excited. This wheat is just worryingly too thick. I don't know. It's just too lush for time of year, I think. Whether it's going to we're going to struggle keeping it stood up, I don't know. I know for a fact there's a lot of blackgrass in it. The dry back end, it really do us any favours. We didn't get that chit, you know, what we want for, what we aim for, you know, like when we get the crop off, work the land, get it to green up, glyphosate it or round up it, and then but there was now, you know, when we were round up in bloody cultivated land, there was we were spraying soil, you know, that wants a lot of greenery, kept, and it's chitted after the rains came, and it's in our cash crops. So what crops are going to look like before harvest, I don't know. A bit messy, I think. I mean, we can take sterile brome out of wheat, but we can't take blackgrass out of wheat. And I think we'll have quite a few beds of blackgrass, because you can't really see it under the canopy of the crop, but you can see it in the tram lines, and there's quite a few. And sterile brome is raising its head already, so yeah, that'll be to doctor. So it's quite, it's up, down, bloody booms are up and downwards. This back side's real rough, and booms are going up and down. It's a right concoction of stuff is this. It's like, it's a foliar feed, it's a growth rate, it's a herbicide, and it's a fungicide. There was, I think, 7 different chemicals to put in. But bloody hell, it's a fantastic crop. Really pleased. What it'll be like at harvest, we don't know. But just had its test as it's spring, and it was getting a little bit hit and miss, to be honest. Anyway, Mark's come and he's calibrated it all and got us sorted out, and it's as accurate as how it really is to the litre nearly. Bloody hell, the Pied Piper's struck again, look. Yeah. Run over Ratty in the field. Didn't know I had, it must have been in bloody corn here. And as I went by on headlands, they must have jumped under wheels and committed harry-carry. So yeah, good end to the day. Right, if you like this channel, like and subscribe. Have a farm in East Yorkshire, a couple of videos a week, not too fancy. Bye for now.